Let me see. Do I feel like dealing with Marlon right now? I don't feel like dealing with Marlon right now. Let's move on. This right here. This was a cute conversation.
Filtered black girl to raggedy baby daddy pipeline got our daughters in a chokehold, and I'm finally ready to talk about it. Let's talk about how black girls are not given the tools, the guidance, the space, or the grace to interact with and learn from the opposite sex as adolescents, and it's so damaging to them in their future. We are told during like all of our most formative years that our only focus should be pursuing our education and or career.
Okay, time out. Pause. Let me help y'all. Hold up. Where is that? Just Nicole said, I'm only thinking that some people may be upset because it's not free and or not offering to donate. The air purifier is for people that live in the area that still have their houses. Nobody is trying to sell air purifiers to people who lost their homes. That's not what's happening, sweets. That's not what's happening, love. What's happening is people actually live in the area of Los Angeles whose homes are not in the area of the fire. The air quality in their area is still bad. They haven't lost anything. They can afford to get an air purifier. It's probably really expensive. Okay. But I need for y'all to understand this is not for people who've lost their homes. They don't have a home to purify the air in, baby. This is for the people that live in the surrounding areas who have to deal with the smoke from the fires. Okay.
We done heard books before, boys because boys bring babies. It's like drilled into our head, those little sayings. The downside is dating and navigating sexuality is a normal part of growing up. Y'all do a disservice to black girls and black boys when you pretend as if this part of them doesn't exist. Or worse, you teach them that exploring these parts of themselves makes them fast or nasty or hellbound. When we bypass that part of life, of growing up without real support, it leaves us more susceptible to manipulation and abuse, especially while so many families are simultaneously teaching their daughters that submission to men is a must for a godly union. We are sent out into the world without enough knowledge on, but plenty of shame surrounding our bodies. We're also given no knowledge of the trappings of relationships that happen outside of getting pregnant. Mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Right.
We're not armed with the self-confidence or the self-assurance we need to set healthy boundaries or to weed out toxic behavior patterns that we see in our partners. And then y'all cannot wait to I told you so and should have kept your legs closed to the girl that ends up manipulated and pregnant and or humiliated and embarrassed by the first boy that speaks real sweet to her. Like, when did you really tell her? When did you really, really tell her? Shit's brazy to me.
This was so on point. We do our black girls a disservice when we don't educate them about dating, educate them about birth control. My mom's only counsel was don't date. I had to put myself on birth control at 17. I think of the pregnant BG shamed at church, the black girl that they shamed at the church. Do you think she was ever educated on safe sex? No, because the mentality is to not teach them about sex or their bodies, because for some reason ignorance is supposed to stop them from doing it. As I keep telling y'all, that's not how any of this works. This right here, and this is what I be talking about. So in the comments, people should leave DDG alone. Girl, shut up. This is not about DDG. Nobody said anything about her, the man being raggedy or whatever. The comment is about how these young women are not prepared for life because they're not taught to date and what it looks like to date and how to pinpoint good partners, what they should be looking for, because the lazy way of parenting is to say don't date at all. You can't date until you get old enough. Well, I could be 25, and if I don't have any experience dating, I'm still going to make the same fucking mistake that I would have made at 17 if nobody's telling me how to go through these things. Like, that's what we're talking about. And do you know what's happening while y'all are slut shaming the girls consistently? They're teaching the boys how to get what they want out of those girls and not give the girls what the girls are requiring, i.e., marriage, whatever. That's all that's been taught to the young black men is, not everybody, y'all, but y'all know what I'm saying. I have to say that because somebody gonna act like that's not what they was being taught. Bitch, I'm not talking about you. But at large, the men are only being taught how to get what you want out of a girl for the least amount of effort. That's why at the beginning of this live, I said that whole thing about, I'm teaching my sons not to have children out of wedlock by telling them if they do it, I'm not going to give them any money. That's not going to solve this issue. Y'all mentality needs to change. Y'all's mentality needs to change. Y'all really think that marriage and staying a virgin until marriage is supposed to solve the things that happen in relationships between people. It doesn't solve those things. A girl could be a virgin and get married and still end up divorced, cheated on, whatever. None of those parameters that y'all put in place to guilt and shame young women to make the right decisions actually help them from getting into some of these situations that they end up in, because you're not teaching them how to think. You're not teaching them how to think. You're not teaching them how to look at men, how to listen to the conversations that they're having, to pay attention to certain things. Y'all, it was amazing to me sometimes because I hung around a lot of dudes, right? I was much more the girl that was friends with dudes. So I always hung around a lot of dudes. And sometimes it would just shock me how girls took things that were really slights as something good. Like, men would really be playing in girls' faces, trying to fuck with their self-esteem, talking to them any kind of way, and the girls wouldn't even know what was actually being said to them because they're so clueless about how men talk and about how men actually work when they're not trying to get coochie out of you. It Tia Mowry, and then y'all still mad at Tia Mowry because she finally decided to get out of that marriage. Y'all guilt her every day about how y'all tired of hearing about how she's having a hard time. That girl was fucking married her whole adult life, was married. Finally got out of it, and her experience now is trying to figure out how to be without being connected to some damn man because nobody ever taught her that. This was completely on point and absolutely right. Keke Palmer, Sky Jackson, Haley Bailey, all extremely successful young women who for some reason have went and found some stupid young boy to impregnate them. And now they have to live out some toxic relationship pattern in front of everybody. You can say what you want to about DDG, about what he has. That's irrelevant. He still is toxic. He's still toxic. And I know y'all hate when I tell y'all this, but he is. Maybe if she had been allowed to date and then went on a date with a boy and came home and talked to her mom about what happened, and her mom would be like, well, when he told you this is what that meant. And when that happened, this is what was really going on in that moment. But because you won't allow them the space to figure it out, and you don't want to actually have to counsel them through these situations, they go out there, and the first dude that know how to smile and fuck good, their heads are gone. And we see it over and over and over and over again. Like, be fucking for real. Be for real sometimes. It won't kill you. Okay, hold up. Let me see. Where do I want to go before I get out of here? I really don't care about Sherelle and Chad and them pretending not to be together. I don't really care about Cam and his fur arguing with Jim Jones. Jim Jones comes out with a song. Like, oh my God, like, y'all niggas is too old for this shit. Who cares? Oh, do I want to talk about DJ Academics, that Teddy Graham looking ass nigga? Alleges Drake used to help LeBron cheat on his wife. I believe it. Drake, I mean, that LeBron, Drake, all y'all are bitch ass niggas. Yeah. I used to like LeBron, but LeBron is giving bitch ass nigga. I think that's all. Child, listen, House of Hoodoo. That was something we was talking about in the Discord. New Orleans people, if y'all know about House of Hoodoo, girl, it was one of my favorite places to go to and give me a cute little fixed candle, girl. Apparently, they didn't close down. They closed down because you can't trust no nigga. Girl, we ain't played it in a long time. I'm just so though. That's all I ain't even charge you. That you fuck me for free. To keep it fucking with you, I feel like you owe me. Let me tell y'all something. So I'm just gonna give y'all the little Cliff Notes version of this right quick, and then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm done. It's almost 2 hours. I ain't got nothing else to talk to y'all about. Girl, we ain't going steady. You know me. We just be cooling it. Yeah, we ain't going steady. Come up on where you wanna play, girl. You know I'm ready. Listen. Yes. A lot of the girls that do hoodoo, that do voodoo, listen, this may not be for you. Okay. But if you a Catholic or you into voodoo or hoodoo, okay. And let me just explain. Voodoo is the African spirituality as it pertains to ancestors and spirits. Hoodoo is root work, working with herbs, working with, the earth and candles and just creating things from earth in order to help with whatever. Okay. So apparently her ex-husband staged a coup at the business, girl, and they didn't close the business down. So apparently she married some nigga after she started her business, House of Hoodoo. Okay. And he come in and he start, planting ideas. And she like, sure, we should do this. Sure, we should do that. Girl, they, I guess, divorced at some point and was still working in tandem. Apparently, he didn't got 3 of her employees to turn against her and then file a complaint on her so that they can turn her business over to him. So, yeah, girl. Yeah. Okay, so let me read it to y'all. Recent events have unfolded in a way that has deeply affected me personally and professionally. My soon-to-be ex-husband has fueled an attempted coup spearheaded by Chelsea Flora Spencer, our operations manager. I need to see what she looked like and see if I've seen her in there before, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. One time I went in there and it was a whole bunch of cute little black girls in there. I was like, oh, all right. And then the next time I came in there, it was a white lady. And I'm like, girl, whatever, but who are you? Like, ain't no wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody welcome, but what's going on here? So I'm wondering who is Chelsea Flora Spencer. Either way, their actions seem aimed at undermining my authority and transferring control of the business to Bob Jr. Anderson Judy, and that's her ex-husband. On January 10th, 2025, y'all, this is new. I received a strike notice sent to both myself and our attorney, Andrew Legrand, in which Chelsea Flora Spencer, claiming to represent the group, made serious allegations against me. She accused me of fostering a toxic work environment, imposing unrealistic expectations, and threatening employees with demotion and termination, in addition to restricting their access to management functions within the business. The terms laid out in their strike notice demand granting full management control to Bob Jr. Anderson Judy, along with management level access to all operations of House of Hoodoo. The terms laid out in their strike notice demand granting full management control to Bob Jr. I read that part. In the spirit of transparency and community, I want to share the email I sent in response to their claims, which is dated January 11th. Okay. So then you got to go to the stories, right? So we go over to the stories, and this is what she posted. She said, I hereby acknowledge receipt and consideration of the employee strike notice issued by you. I comprehend. Hold up, bitch, stop. I comprehend your position and the frustrations expressed therein. However, I find it regrettable that these concerns were escalated to social media channels rather than being addressed in professional and legal manner. So they brought it on social media. Girl, I missed it. I ain't see it. On January 8th, you participated in a Zoom meeting with myself and Julian Paz in attendance as a witness, during which I articulated the ongoing situation concerning House of Hoodoo and the legal actions being pursued by House of Hoodoo LLC against Bob Jr. Anderson Judy for theft, mismanagement of House of Hoodoo's finances, and violations of the operations agreement. It is essential to grasp the gravity of the current circumstances. You are advocating for and protecting an individual who has significantly jeopardized the company's financial stability. His actions are not merely detrimental to House of Hoodoo, they affect each of you as employees as well. It is due to his conduct that we're unable to maintain inventory, uphold our 401k contributions, provide comprehensive employee benefits, expand our workforce, and honor annual pay increases. Furthermore, due to his actions, the viability of House of Hoodoo beyond this year is in question. Okay. So she wrote everything that happened in the meeting. You know, if y'all want to really get into it, girl, she gave you hold the operations manager position, and I will endeavor to recruit a new manager. Okay. But this is just her letting them know, listen, get out my business. Get out my business. Now look at this. Friday, is last Friday, y'all. Ex-husband leaving House of Hoodoo with 4 female employees during a strike. And it's them all in that lady business. I can't see if that's some of the ones I know that I didn't seen in there. I can't tell, girl. But this is the video with them closing and leaving. And then Friday, that night, I think everybody was going to their cars. This is December 29th. They was doing a ritual. Day after Fet Micaiah, this was the day they signed the strike notice, though it was presented to me on January 10th. They had been planning for some time. So, and look. They had been planning for some time to mess over this lady. So, yeah, if y'all fool la with House of Hoodoo, child, it's a mess. It's a mess. It really is. And she did a whole live explaining and some people want to pursue legal actions against him because at the end of the day, he's doing root work, and the root work that he's doing, they find problematic. Nigga, you stealing the business from the lady. She posted a picture of him, but I guess that she took the picture down that she posted of him, because when she posted the picture, I was just kind of like, okay, girl, I see. Cause he looked like a bummy ass hanger on type nigga. You know what I'm saying? He looked like the type of nigga that you will meet, and as long as he acting like he a good guy and he's respectful, you will give him all of the benefit of the doubt. But it's definitely giving hanger on. I'm trying to figure out a way to learn all of your ways so I can steal your business from out under you. And I would also like to know. Who he was fucking. Cause to me, you have to be fucking some of these women. Who them women, that the 4 women that he doing the whole, that they walking away with and all of that is absolutely given. He was fucking that lady employees. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. And definitely giving cult-like energy. Definitely giving kind of like a nature boy type thing. She posted that in her stories too. So it's some real weird shit going on. Is that the man with the locks? Yes. Yes, girl. That's the man with the locks. The dark-skinned man with the locks. Yes. Yeah, definitely giving he was fucking the employee. So basically, this man and fucked her employee, staged a coup and trying to take her business from her. That's wild. Wild. Do you hear me? And that's why you can't be out here being a pick-me and being swayed by dick. And that's also why, religion or not, you have to be a person that can think critically. You have to be able to think critically. You cannot get wrapped up in no type of religious, feelings and all the psychosis, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because people get real good feelings from doing spiritual practices together, whether that's Christianity or other. Whenever people come together in community for some type of spiritual, situation, it always kind of leaves people feeling a little high, a little good. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that good feeling, the feeling that you are, spiritually practicing something with people, and then on top of the fact you fucking them, yeah. Yeah. Oh, girl, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me. I knew what I was looking at when I saw the picture of him. I said, that nigga looked like he was sleeping on somebody's floor. Girl, she met him while he was sleeping on his nephew's floor. And this is why sometimes you cannot, and this is why we trying to tell y'all, Don't be like Kiki and all of the rest of them. Y'all see these niggas with nothing and you pull them up by their bootstraps to where you are. But what you need to understand is they on the floor for a reason. Not so you can come and save them. They on the floor because they not doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing as far as I'm concerned. To me, it is always a signifier. You a grown-ass man. If you don't have a house, a car, and a cell phone, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Because essentially, if you don't have all of those things, it's because you have a lack of discipline. And I can't be with nobody at this age with a lack of discipline. So I would really love to hear what Sack story he told her when he was on the floor and she felt like she was being spiritually led to helping this nigga steal her business from her. Girl, when I tell y'all this upset me and I really hope that they get everything rectified, because as a little girl growing up, somebody that practices hoodoo and voodoo, growing up in New Orleans, being from here, it's a place that I felt like I would never see when I was a child. When I walked into her store the first time, it felt like something somebody created out of magic. Like the way the vibe was in there, it's full of, it's a magical place, but it has Black women in it, and it's our spiritual practice, and it's something that belongs to us. Like it felt, especially being from New Orleans, like I am, like it was such a beautiful place to walk into. I always would tell people to go there if they practice, to go there and check out her store, because when you walk into that place, it is literally like being transported somewhere that you only thought about in your dreams. That's how it felt to me. So listen, I'm always going to tell y'all, protect your shit above any and everything. Stop thinking that these relationships with people mean that you should be letting your shit fall to the wayside, because you can't trust nobody but yourself to that extent, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Now he was on the floor and she saw the print. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. Okay. But yeah, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. I know y'all said y'all wanted me to talk about Cam and Jim Jones before I go, girl. Y'all gonna make
to stay.
Look at this nigga in this fur. Y'all really gonna make me talk about this nigga in this fur? He barely keeping his dentures in his mouth.
When you act like niggas on your couch, you was a fan, nigga. You begged us. You are a fan, nigga. A fan. We didn't grow up with you. I am from 140th and Lenox. I am from NFL. Up the block was 40 Wolves. Lou Simpsons, I'm on 142nd Cross Square. D. Ferg on them at 8th Avenue. I don't see you around none of this. Shout out to my nigga, what's the nigga Final Four Billy and them? You're not from none of that. So you can sit around and act like you've been around all this Harlem shit and everything. You ever see somebody from Harlem try to act like they from Harlem so bad that you got to keep saying, I'm from Harlem? Niggas from Harlem know who's from Harlem. You don't have to keep saying you from Harlem. So that's first and foremost. All this, niggas is on your couch. You were fanned out and you begged niggas to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in, nigga. You was so cool. And we was like, Jomo's a nice guy. Mace like, I think I'll teach him how to rap. Mace actually taught you how to rap. Literally. He taught you how to rap. You'll say it. Matter of fact, bring up the clip.
Mace helped me learn how to rap.
Mace showed me how to rap. Mace actually showed me.
So I hate when niggas act as if you making a point that somebody was lying about. If you have at least 3-4 clips of this man saying that Mace taught him how to rap, why we acting like he said that Mace didn't? Like, okay.
He was the first person to show me how to rap. Mace actually sat me down and showed me the magic to rap.
We taught you how to rap, nigga. How you ran the whole organization. How you made Diplomat. Nigga, you ain't make none of this stuff. You was a fan. I put you down because you had a free crib and you was a nice guy. That's how you got down originally. Period. Now, to the next point. This all started because I asked 50 Cent a question. Cool. I thought it was cool to ask 50. The shit happened 20 years ago, however many years ago, I thought it was all good. I had no problem thinking, okay, he tricked niggas out their spot, came to the spot. I know 50 said it, and they went under, he was funny. I thought it was funny when he said the shit. But I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every nigga that put hands on you. But I see the pattern now. If a nigga agree to disagree with you and don't want to take it that route because they got some genuine love for you, you keep going on and on and on. Every nigga that put hands on you or you get told you cool with them. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia, cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Man, DC, y'all having sit-downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit-downs to work it out. You tried to chase French Montana out the game. That ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot. Pardon me, not his video shoot, his movie. You're sitting in the crowd watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. You in the movie getting dissing. You got to eat it. Just sitting in the crowd. Nah, nigga, they dissing you in the movie that you went to go see, bro. You ever wonder how you met Mano? Ask him how he met Mano. Mano going to downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Mano one day because Mano first came out. He had a little record where he was saying, dissing the rappers. I don't know, he said nigga's name. So Jim Plus see Mano one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Mano said, who the fuck you talking to? Oh, you think I one of them niggas? You out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every nigga that do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when niggas got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, like, that's the pattern. If they don't put hands on you, then you can keep going on and on and on. And I ain't promoting none of this. I think it's cool that you cool with everybody I name. You gonna be 50 next year, nigga. I'm happy that you cool. I'm not saying this to starve no feathers.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You basically calling him a bitch.
I'm not saying that to backtrack or any beef or go anything like. I think it's really cool. But the niggas who do this, you cool with, and then the niggas who try to handle it sophisticatedly, you keep going on and on like niggas give a fuck about all that shit, bro. Niggas don't care about none of that shit, my nigga. Niggas don't care a little bit, my nigga. I never needed nowhere to stay. When you act like niggas on your couch, you was a fan, nigga. You begged us. You are a fan, nigga. A fan. We didn't grow up with you. I am from 140th and Lenox. I am from NFL. Up the block was 40 Wolves. Lou Simpsons, I'm on 142nd Cross Square. D. Ferg on them at 8th Avenue. I don't see you around none of this. Shout out to my nigga, what's the nigga Final 4 billion them? You're not from none of that. So you can sit around and act like you've been around all this Harlem shit and everything. You ever see somebody from Harlem?
Okay. So he said all that. Like old niggas whose teeth is barely staying in their mouth and they online running it.
When they play with your name, then you remind them who you are. I'm just trying to tell my truth, but it's lying, oh my God.
So now he didn't went in the studio to rap about it. Okay. Let me see something, y'all. The first commercial appearance of the group was on Cameron's 2000 album SDE, released on Epic Records. Cam eventually demanded a release from Epic and signed to Rockefeller, then owned by his childhood friend Damon Dash. Cameron released his third album, Come Home With Me, blah, blah, blah. The Diplomats followed Cameron's solo album shortly after with their debut, Diplomatic Immunity, released in 2003. All right, come on with the Hey Ma. I remember that shit, the double disc album. Okay. In mid-2007, rumors began to circulate that Diplomats had many rifts and disagreements with one another, specifically between Cameron and Jim Jones. When Jones and Juelz Santana appeared on stage at a concert with 50, with whom Cameron was engaged in a feud with at the time, it seemed as if the group had split. However, in a later interview, 40 Cal hinted that while the dynamic of the group is likely beyond repair, there may be further collaboration. Juelz Santana also spoke on a future collaboration, but stated that at the time, Cameron seemed to be the only obstacle, while also stating that though his contract was sold to Def Jam, he had no hard feelings toward his former boss. So yeah, okay. Y'all niggas been arguing since the beginning. honestly, like, I'm gonna just tell y'all, like, not the Mary J. Blige fit. Y'all so stupid. That nigga do look like Mary J. Blige. All he needed some fucking boots.
I never knew.
That's all this nigga need is some boots. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't like Cam. I don't like Cam, and I barely like Jim. Um, but I kind of low key have more respect for Jim than I do for Cam. And I don't know nothing about their New York nigga rap shit, cause I'm from New Orleans, and when they was popping, we wasn't listening to them like that down here. There are some of us that were, but as far as like, you know, us New Orleans people, we was listening to the Hot Boys. We had our own shit going on with No Limit versus the Hot Boys. We really didn't give a fuck about all this New York shit. Honestly, y'all beats don't be that good. Like, if it wasn't, and I hate to say it, if it wasn't for Puffy, like, I don't know who would have been giving a fuck about New York rap after LL Cool J and them stopped popping. Cause y'all can't pick good beats. Y'all always pick beats that sound like they should be in some, you know, like epic hood drama film. You know, niggas squad up to go kill each other. Like, that's what y'all music sound like to me. It wasn't never all that like that, nigga. But you know, niggas from the north and shit like that was really on y'all. Yeah, we was down here. When them niggas came out, we was all down here, okay? We was Atlanta, Louisiana, Texas. Like, that's where we was at. We wasn't up there with y'all at this time, okay? Y'all, they never, yes, their music is way too dark. The beats are not as good. Like, y'all just wasn't getting our attention like that back in the day. But eventually we grew to know y'all. Cameron has always come off like the person he was in what you call him? And Paid in Full. The person that Cam played and Paid in Full, he has always been that person to me. Therefore, I can't. Like, you just seem like a heartless, disrespectful, you know, insecure, but act like you not, mean ass nigga. Jim, somewhat the same shit, except for the fact that you had Chrissy. So that I feel like normally whenever these men have a woman in their life consistently, it low-key makes them better people at some point. Not all the time, but just somewhere in there, I have felt like Jim was more of a respectable type of person. Like, didn't seem like he was the fucking worst all the time. Cam really seemed like that character he played off Paid in Full. Like, I'm sorry. So I was never really fucking with these niggas like that, to know they life like that, to know all of this. You ain't niggas grew up in Harlem and da 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 da. Like, nigga, Harlem is how many blocks in Manhattan? Like, Harlem is in Manhattan, my nigga. Like, niggas is like wilding and shit. Like, it's, you know, he's not from Harlem. Nigga, his grandmama stayed in Harlem. His grandmama stayed in Harlem. He not from Harlem because his people live somewhere else and his grandmama lived in Harlem and his mama was on drugs back then. So he was always by the grandmother house. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Jim is scum too. I agree. But we got to know him on Love and Hip Hop, and all I will ever remember about Cam is him playing that role on that movie, and then what happened with old girl who he used to go with and played her out. But yeah, y'all, I just can't care about nothing these niggas be talking about. I just can't. But it do look like Juju. Yeah, it do look like some old niggas that could barely keep their dentures in their mouths. Just sitting there flabbing, just talking, running it, and then acting like they're more of a man than the next one. When it's like all y'all niggas is bitch ass niggas. All y'all niggas come off like y'all humbuggish, insecure, can't control y'all emotions, and y'all be spazzing and wilding. that's what it get. Child, Ja Rule was the only one. But Ja Rule had beats. Ja Rule had Irv Gotti in them. And they was also, Irv Gotti was very much, don't forget, they had RICO charges too, very much giving Bad Boy. Very much giving Bad Boy. Yeah, I'm not over the dentures. Bondi, you still have a little multiverse crush on Jim. Nah, I wouldn't call it that. Honestly, I dislike Cam more because of how much Cam talks on the internet. Also, how much Cam says. I see Jim do podcasts from here and there, but Jim does not seem like the type of man that just be running his mouth the way Cam be just running his mouth. So for me, I just, when I be looking at him, I'm like, I just think Jim Jones is more of a cool dude. I feel like, yeah, more laid back. Jim is a more laid back type person, and I usually find that is a more acceptable form of man to me than men who wear pink shirts and big fur coats because they like attention and they like to be seen and they run their mouth and they disrespectful and like like Cam has never been attractive to me for a plethora of reasons. At some point, yes, Jim was considered attractive to me. They were all together, so that means y'all all was a group of ain't shit niggas. Okay, at some point or another, but it's just the way they act as men. Cam acts like an insecure, low key, violent type. Like it's the way he talk, y'all. It's the way he talk. It's the way Again, Paid in Full, y'all. He's the nigga off Paid in Full. I much prefer a man that's quiet until he needs to pull up. And Jim Jones has always seemed like I'm quiet until I gotta pull up. So that's just listen, okay? That's just how I feel about it. That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, we were never really on their music like that. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I'm all right. Ja Rule was different. Ja Rule had good music, had good beats. Anybody that brings in women to sing with their hip hop did well. Like I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but if you could do a R&B slash, like that's one of the reasons why Fabulous to me was even as well known as he was during that time, because Fabulous did music with women. Like his song with Tamia that came out that summer. Oh, what? That was the shit. Kind of weed he be smoking, what kind of drinks he be drinking. Like we used to be on that shit hard. If you could make a song with a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like your shit was probably gonna hit hard. Hip hop and R&B, baby. Hip hop and R&B. Okay. Didn't know Jim still had it in him at his age when he went WWE at the airport. Ooh. Ja Rule definitely had us in the chokehold. Ja Rule was just such a special musician, but he was definitely biting off of DMX. We never gonna forget about how it felt like you was biting, but you was still good. Okay, y'all know how we always, and I know you getting bored. Fab and Lil Mo, yes, absolutely. The Saint Lunatic, child, that's Nelly. And I never really was a big fan of 50 Cent. 50 Cent's first album was good. He had a few good radio hits and shit like that, but I was never a big fan of him because he was always coming in opposition of somebody that I thought was better than him. To me, Ja Rule was a better artist than 50 Cent. When you look at it, he came in and basically bullied Ja Rule while Ja Rule was going through that RICO charge shit. And I feel like essentially you push Ja Rule out of the spot only to not give us the same value of music. Like Ja Rule gave such good music. Like those entire CDs were really, really good. Like Ja Rule had hit after hit after hit. And 50 just came and everybody was like, 50 did the I'm stronger than you and I'm bigger than you and you a punk. And I'm like, this is about music, my nigga. This is not about that. This is about music. They really made music about some hood posturing between men. And that's not how music works. So essentially, yeah, he came in and pushed him out, but he could not stand in his spot. Like if we look it up right now, I bet you Ja Rule has still outsold 50. I bet you. Just because the songs were better. The songs were better. Okay. But that's life. That's life in times of hip hop where you could be a subpar rapper, but you're an asshole. So you're successful. It's great. We liked Rough Riders, but only because of DMX and Eve. What y'all niggas want, can't touch. All y'all niggas need what we need in our life is right here with me. Yes, a lot of street stuff was going on with 50 Cent and Ja. You're not going to understand, Bondi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You think something was going on in the streets that was so complicated that I wouldn't get it? You think so? Oh, okay. Mm. I don't know what people think about me sometimes. Like, do y'all think I'm dumb or something? Like, do I not get up here and give commentary from the space of somebody that is smart? Like, do I look dumb or something to people? I hope that's not what you're seeing, because if that's what you're seeing, you need to wipe your fucking glasses off. I literally said they let street shit and some posturing amongst niggas decide who won a rap battle, when at the end of the day, when we was really listening to the music, Ja Rule was a better artist than 50. I don't need to know the ins and outs about how a whole bunch of ignorant niggas was fighting and posturing and shooting at each other. Like, that is of no consequence. I literally just said it's probably some nigga shit. You think I don't understand nigga shit? I'm from New Orleans. You think I don't understand street shit? I'm from New Orleans. I always understand ignorant niggas hating on one another and getting into it because they don't know how to handle their insecurities amongst one another, and they damn sure don't know how to handle their emotions. You think I don't understand that? You don't think you think it's something I couldn't understand? The streets are not that complicated. If it was that complicated, the streets would be doing better. Okay? I'm because the truth of the matter is the street shit don't matter to neither one of them niggas right now. Right now, you know where 50 is at? Trying to build film studios and shit. Y'all know where Ja Rule is at? Trying to figure out how he can come out with something that somebody care about. I literally just said stupid street shit. That's what I said. Y'all niggas not doing nothing hard out there. Like, I need for y'all to understand. Y'all are not doing anything hard. Street shit ain't never been that hard to understand. It's never been that hard to understand. The fuck? Like, we don't even like watching certain movies no more because it's like, how many times y'all gonna tell us the same story? This hood versus that hood. They started out beefing because this nigga tried to bully this nigga. Or this nigga had a girl and this nigga wanted the girl. Or this nigga was selling dope on this corner and that nigga wanted to sell dope on that corner. Like, the fuck? Like, it's not going to change the fact, honey, that in 2025, Ja Rule was still a better artist in the early 2000s. And the only reason that y'all let 50 Cent come in and bully him out of his position on the charts was over some stupid street shit that did not matter when it actually came down to the music. Just the music. It's some street shit, Bondi. You wouldn't understand. It's some drug shit, Bondi. You couldn't possibly understand. It was some gang shit, Bondi. You could possibly never understand, girl. What the fuck? I keep reminding everybody, bitch, I went to college and I'm from New Orleans, which means I understand more than the average fifth grader, bitch. Playing on my intelligence like that in my fucking comments. How disrespectful can you hoes get? My God. My God. Also, I would just like for y'all to understand street shit needs to graduate at some point. And do you know where street shit graduates to? If it actually gets a chance to graduate, do you know where it graduates to? It graduates to public office. It graduates to courthouses. It graduates to city council. No, not jail. The niggas that get out alive, like Mendices, and then you hop on top the coattails of a smart Yandy, and now you're at the Democratic National Convention only a few short years after getting out of jail on a RICO charge. All of y'all pastors out there that used to be out in the streets and then befriend the politicians that also used to be out there in the streets. But once everybody realizes you can't really keep doing street shit, you got to graduate. And a lot of them end up right where my daddy was and right where my life was, which is in courthouses, in city council members' meetings. It's all, yes, all a hustle, all a hustle. So yeah, please don't ever think there's something that I don't understand. Okay? And if it's something I can't understand, bitch, explain it to me. If it's not math, I'll get it. Okay, yeah, no, they all do it. I don't know how you think that 50 got the Shreveport shit. You had to be in cahoots and friends and rubbing elbows with city council members and people that are in positions of power in city and state governments. Trust me. It ain't nothing I can't really figure out. Besides math. Don't ask me nothing about math. Don't ask me nothing about math. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, street shit get old because don't nobody feel like looking over their fucking shoulder all the time. That's why. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all. I gave y'all more than I really wanted to give y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the live today. Okay, hold up, bitch, not that. I need to applaud myself because I did a good job. Okay. I hope y'all had a good time. Love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. If you're mad, I hope you ain't too mad not to come back because I'll see you next time, bitch. All right.